Alrighty, this is Black Hole, and welcome to episode 38 of my Let's Play series. So, I have been breeding bees and not had too terribly much luck with it. It's taking a really long time. I have made a little bit of a few chocolate frames. The chocolate frames make them produce more and die faster, so that it's good for breeding. Oh hey, there's two impregnated frames. Excellent. It's nighttime. Um, but anyway, I had a new idea for a system. So, why don't I get started with this? I do have some propolis now. So I can now make an apiarist's pipe. There we go. Just take a diamond pipe and put two propolis. I think I have some diamond pipe in there. Okay, good. Okay. Apiarist pipe is like the diamond pipe, which is why I use it as a crafting ingredient. It allows you to sort your bees based on their genetics. Primarily their species, but also like their gender and stuff. I guess I need some other pipes, aren't I? Need some wood pipes, some stone pipes. Who knows, maybe it's some iron and gold pipes. I'll even get an insertion pipe. Ah, what the heck, I'll just grab all the pipes I have. Only diamond pipes though. Okay. Well, that's gonna be a problem. I'll just put it up here. Get my... Oh, you can't put into wood once would automatically point in the right direction. Okay. So this one, what I wanted to do is I'll have one species of drone being imported here, or exported into here, and another species being exported into here. So I'll have the princess will come here and be bred until it's a purebred common. And then it'll go over here and be bred with the other species, the cultivated, and hopefully it will get a mutation. So, see, I guess this one I should really put soul sand frames, soul frames. Let's make them higher chance of mutations. Good idea. So anyway, so here, what I want to say is, green should be princesses that are common. So it comes out of here and it's a purebred common, it'll go into here. Yellow should be princesses of any kind. So when the bee comes into here, if it's a princess with common, it'll go green, and if it's not, it'll go yellow. It'll never go yellow if it has common. So it's a priority system. And then blue will be anything. So, because of the priority system, anything means anything that's not one of these. So, drones and items will always go into this interface and be sucked into the network. So, I'll eventually make it, or have to do some sort of wizardry to get the drones to be automatically thrown into my gene pool to melt them down in DNA, which, by the way, is starting to fill up my tanks. Did I even show you I built a big... I don't even know what I did anymore. I built a big steel tank back here for the liquid DNA. I need a lot of it. Oh right, and the tree breeding. I'll have to get back tell you how I did the tree breeding later. Not get too off topic. Okay. So that's that. That should keep the bee, the princess here going in between these two. Now, if... Actually, let's get a gold pipe. Ah. Flowers. Look at that. You can barely even tell they're there. Clover. Okay. Okay, gold pipe. Got a new texture. Interesting. Let's see, we want red to go any drones that have at least one noble. That's what I'm trying to get. Noble. Anything that has at least one noble on it will go this way. I might be able to get away with this. Let's try. Maybe not. It certainly won't. Well, I guess it could have both traits. How about that and that, that. Let's get stone here and cobblestone there. And we'll say blue should go. Oh. Any bee. Okay, how about that? Well, no, I want it to be any princess and any drone that has one of noble. And then here I want anyone that has two of noble. But I always want to put the princesses back in. What if... Okay, this is gonna be kind of dumb, but it'll work. Cobblestone. And I need more. Okay, so now we'll say black. Any princesses will always go back in. Blue. Any drones with at least one noble. Green. Any drones with at least two nobles. Yeah, okay, yeah. And then yellow. Anything. So anything else. Any drones that come out that don't have these traits or any items will come down, back out, and then into here, which will send them into blue. Excellent. I suppose it could... well... Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll be good. Nothing's gonna come back. So then here, I just want to say... any drones with noble. Black should be any princesses. Yellow should be anything else. Oh, you know what? And one more thing. Let's get a chest. And we'll put it here. And we'll put any princesses with noble. So that's the end result. So if we get a princess in here, we have what we wanted. Oh, what if there's extra drones that come up and hit this and then try to go in and then fail? This will not work. Oh, it totally works. How does that even... Cool. Okay, that's great. The insertion pipe. What if this... Yes! Yes! Okay, so then when a princess comes along, or a drone comes along here, we'll try to insert it there. But if it can't, it'll come back around and into the chest. Not ideal, because there could be a buffer of bees there then. But at least this way it won't overflow. It won't, fall out on the ground. I suppose the same thing could happen over here, couldn't it? Okay, wait. Maybe if I get just a hopper. If I put the bees in on top and take them out on the bottom, that could solve that. What was I doing? Right, there need to be two ins, one for the princess. So this middle one there is how the princess gets in. Then we can specify the drone should come in up here, and we just put a hopper. Nope, that's terrible. This might not work now that I think about it. Because it might not like the hopper on top of it. Right! Hoppers can go on the sides, can't they? I guess I'll probably have to do that. Won't I? 5 is probably enough. I guess didn't have to rebuild the whole thing. Like I did. Oh well. Let's see if it doesn't like that. Oh, okay. Let's keep using this one for some breeding. Let's see what this got. Common cultivated. Common cultivated. Common cultivated. Yep. Okay, princess, you can stay in there. Drones, back to the system. These ones are the cultivateds from my system here. It hasn't quite been, see, their traits aren't exactly the same each time, so I'm still sorting that out. Picking which one. Eventually, though, they'll, become the same every time, and the precision export bus will work. I pulled them out. Yeah, let's just melt down these half-breeds. Ooh, 6 impregnated frames. I told it how to use melon seeds, so now it's grinding up. It's making melon seeds and using those to make seed oil. So probably why the frame production has skyrocketed. It was very, very low before. Ooh, a diligent. Interesting. I'll hang on to that diligent one. Otherwise, I'll throw the drone away and put the princess back in here. Just want to see if it'll grow with the hopper on top. Or work. Okay, says it's working. Cool. Let's use stone then. Actually, let's just use gold because then they go faster. And I have plenty of gold. Okay, so I need to redo these. Black, nothing. Blue. Princesses. White. Should be drones with one noble. And yellow is still anything. So black is nothing. White is drones with one noble. Or two noble, I guess. Yes, and then blue is princesses. Any princess, please. Okay. And as far as I'm aware, if I need to put a princess in there, I should have a spare princess. Probably in here. Meadows, doesn't matter. I think that if left running correctly, with these two being filled with their respective drones, this will eventually produce a purebred noble queen, or noble princess in this chest, with purebred noble drones in this hopper and chest. You following along? I hope so, because it's going to be a short quiz after I'm done. Almost filled up with forest drones. So, that's a lot of bee stuff. Now, time to get to some trees. Okay, I discovered a thing called spectacles. Spectacles is made with one piece of bronze, two pieces of glass panes. Put them on your head, and they should reveal to you the leaves that have been bred with other leaves. So it makes them much easier to spot. There's some over there. So let's get a grafter, and this one is dead. And find out. Okay, silver lime. I'm getting a lot of silver limes. I think that must be one of the earliest phases. I should figure out how to make a thaumium grafter. I don't think I have the recipe yet. Where's my thaumium? Yeah, I don't have the thaumium grafter. I have the thaumium scoop, not the grafter yet. I'll just make more bronze ones. Silver lime. Silver birch. Probably not. It's just a half-breed then. I'm not really concerned about half-breeds, really. I don't have to. Whoa, there's a butterfly. Scoop, 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 scoop. Scoop. Yep, it's gone. Way gone. Okay. Oh, there it is. Come on. First butterfly I've ever caught. Oh man, these are tricky. Even with the... You right click or left click? Ah, yes! I think I was right clicking. I mean left clicking. Cool. Monarch. Sweet. That is my very, very first bee ever. The Monarch! The mighty Monarch. Check M for Monarch. Check T for the Monarch. Let's see. There it is, Flutterizer. Let's make ourselves a Flutterizer, shall we? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, butterflies. A diamond glass. So many kinds of flowers. Can he spell? No, he cannot. Yeah, those were already redstone, weren't they? Cool. I don't even know how to breed butterflies. I'm not sure if it's yet possible. I know it will be able to be done. I know that. Sir Sengear definitely intends to. I just don't know how to do it yet. The butterflies are very new. Look like a silver birch. Silver birch. Or silver lime is what I meant to say. These are silver limes. Got a bunch of them. So far, they're the only trio discovered. Might have to start being a bit more intelligent about breeding them. That is to say, placing two trees next to each other with no other trees around, and having a bee in between them, automated bee cycling through in between them. Oh right, I need to put engines on these things. Or something better. Yeah, let's do something better. In the meantime, let's put these trees and the butterfly and the grafters. Put the spectacles in there too, I guess. I'm not using them in here. Okay, let's get to something better than engines. Something I've been meaning to do for a while. I've got a lot of things that I'm like been meaning to do for a long time and just never get around to it. Like making a linking book. A Miscraft linking book to the end. Or to the nether. Yeah, the end too. Maybe I'll go to the end sometime eventually. Oh, it's pulverizing melons. That's a Greg Tech recipe to get melon seeds. I think it's no better than just crafting them, but whatever. Let me see. What was I going to do? Oh, yes. Buildcraft. Buildcraft has a thing that does things called, there it is, the assembly table. Also the advanced crafting, automatic crafting table. Scythe, ooh, scythe, I gotta get some of those. Right. Buildcraft has some complex, things called gates. They are logic gates. They can do, look at that, that is cool. some really interesting and complex stuff, working with pipes and inventories and all kinds of things. But they're really expensive and they're hard to make. Well, I suppose the things themselves aren't that expensive, but they require some stuff to make. You need the assembly table and some lasers, which as you can see, use a lot of diamonds. And I'm getting a bunch of them. You don't need that many, but I'm going to do it anyway. And they require Buildcraft power. You pump the power into the lasers, and then put the assembly table below them. So they'll shoot their power through the lasers into the assembly table, and you'll see. And I just got a beep. Okay, where do I want this? I think I want this in the ceiling. This is a ceiling type thing. Oh, you know what? I could put it in the floor and then put the lasers on the ceiling. That would be cool. No, I think it'd be better if I just did it like this. Probably not going to automate this since it kind of sort of automates itself largely. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. Can't do that. Yeah, how about in the corner here? Let's get some energy conduits. I'm going to need to make more of these. Sure. Okay, let me wire this up and then I'll be back. Okay, that actually wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. There was room over here next to my refineries, and the assembly table right here is located just in the bottom of the corner. It automatically ejects its output into an adjacent chest, or in this case, ME interface, or pipe. In fact, you have to have an output, otherwise the item will just pop out on the top. There's no internal input for output. Internal chest for output. Inventory for output. That's what I meant to say. So, anyway. Gates. Let's look at all the different kinds of gates. Here they are. These are the gates. I should just make a regular gate. We're gonna need a redstone chipset, which is made in the assembly table. So, let's take a piece of redstone. No problem. Okay. So, click here. Put it in there, and it will show you all the recipes that are currently available. In this case, redstone chipset. Click it, and it will start crafting. Up here, and you can see the lasers doing their laser thing, shooting lasers down. That's how it crafts. So the more lasers, the lasers basically just turn MJ into assembly table power or whatever. So the more lasers you have, the faster it goes. And then it output it into the interface, and it got pulled away. There it is, redstone chipset. So yeah, this is actually going to be really easy to automate it, since it can output automatically. So put that in there, and now it says gate. Just select that, and it'll start crafting it. And it will keep crafting whenever you put it in. So if I put more redstone in here, in fact I'll do that, it will, boom, craft redstone chipsets as well as gates. So it'll do both, and I think it prioritizes them. So I think the redstone chipset has a higher priority, so it'll make more chipsets first, and then it'll make the gate. So let me only do one of them then, just to see if that's true. A lot of power, and these are like the simplest recipes too, so it takes a lot of power. Okay, maybe not. Okay, it did the element first. That's good. To keep a bunch of recipes, it should cycle through them, so it doesn't like that. Okay, I've got a gate. Now in order to use a gate, you need some kind of pipe. Any kind of pipe. I'll get stone pipes. It doesn't matter. Let's put it down here. You place the gate on the pipe. Okay? So when you click on it, it will show you this one. This is the very basic one, which only has one condition. Over here, you can select a condition. Pipe empty. On. So this red line meaning that this condition is true. So there, the pipe is empty. The pipe is in fact empty. Items traversing. So there's no items in traversing, so there's nothing to do on it. Redstone signal on, redstone signal off, inventory empty. It can detect the inventory of the thing next to it, the electrolyzer. And it says inventory is not empty, so I suppose it's detecting the cells. Items in inventory. Yes, there are items. There is space in inventory, so it's not full. It is not full. Okay. Tank empty. This one actually has a tank over here. And the tank is empty. There is not liquid in the tank. There is space for liquid. The tank is not full. And so on. I have to show you what I can do with those things. Right. You can emit a redstone signal, for one thing. So you can emit a redstone signal based off of any of these conditions. That's all it can. The basic one can do by itself. But some other blocks have their own gate conditionals and things. So if put it next to an MFSU, it should be able to detect. Aha! It can detect if the capacitor is empty, if it has energy, if there's space for energy, if it's full, if it's charging an item, if it's a partially charged item, if there's a fully charged item, discharging empty item, discharge partially charged item, discharging fully charged item, and so on. So, one thing I could do is go up here, put this pipe. There's a special kind of pipe that I showed you called the cobblestone structure pipe. The cobblestone structure pipe is not actually a pipe. It is purely used for putting gates on. So it's a pipe that only used for putting gates on. So put that there. Actually, might not be the best place for it. Is there anything next to it? Let's do it there. Go over here. Not touching anything else. Good. I put this gate on this pipe. And I see that the mass fab is a special thing for amplifiers. Has amplifier, no amplifier. So if I say no amplifier, redstone signal, take out the amplifier. As soon as it uses up the amplifier it has, it will emit a redstone signal which will turn off the mass fab. Uranium has a big amplifier. And gone. Oops. Okay, so the redstone signal turned on, and it turned off the mass fabricator, and also moved my door, so maybe that's not a good place for it. Still, I might have to move things, but yeah, I can use the gate here to make sure that mass fab only runs when there's amplifier, so to not waste power. Awesome. With that, it'll make it really easy to automate the mass fab, which is something I think I want to do, to automatically make UU when I need it, which I don't actually need it right now, so it's not a problem. So maybe it would be better to do it up there. No amplifier, redstone signal. Really? But the lever wasn't having any effect. Oh, because the lever was on that block, which on that block? Okay. Okay. Interesting. I've got to move it, I guess. Oh well, I'll just have to move it. No problem. Probably should have done that before anyway. Still, that's just one example of gates. And that's just the basic gate. The thing I want requires ender pearls. I guess we'll get 2 of them. Put ender pearls in here, and nothing happens. Gate. Oh, and redstone. Ender pearls and redstone. Stop that. Right click to turn it off. I can make pulsating chipsets. And you combine them with some redstone iron chipsets made with redstone and iron. And then you combine a gate, a pulsating chipset, and a redstone iron chipset. You will get an target gate. Auto target. Auto autarchic. Autarchic. I'm gonna say our target, because that's what Direwolf says, and I have no clue. Okay, fortunately these ones are actually fairly easy to make, as you just saw. Or, fairly quick to make. Oh, I guess I should sleep, so my bees will... And there's a point to all this, there's a point to all this. Bah. I've already way over the time limit, but just bear with me. This is cool. It all has a purpose. Cool. Okay. These are very special gates. When you put them on wooden pipes, they have a special output thingy. They can energy pulsar, or single energy pulsar. Energy pulsar, let's put items in inventory, and voila, energy pulses pull out items. So you don't need redstone engines there. What happened? Oh wait, did it work? That means this one is a pure... Oh, it is. Sweet. Okay, there we go. So yes. So yeah, the whatever gates automatically pull things out very rapidly. The single energy pulse mode will pull out only one item, which is useful in certain situations. So yeah, I just say items in inventory, energy pulsar. Oh, and let's see, one last thing. The apiaries have special conditions: missing queen or princess, missing drone, no frames. Okay. Items in inventory. Okay. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Little long today, but hopefully the gates are pretty cool. I'll use them a little bit probably. There are other things you can make with the assembly table that I will also be making. There. See you later.